hell is this?
Oh, hey man, we saw that you were asleep, and of course we didn't want to disturb, so we just decided to have a little party outside. Just allowing us, the three of us, to bond. We hope this doesn't bother you.
I believe you guys. How could you do this? Throw a party without me in my house? You know what? I thought you guys were better. You know what? I'm gonna leave you. If this is how you're gonna treat me, then this is how I'm gonna treat you.
That was a bit dramatic, not gonna lie.
I can't even believe those guys, but it doesn't matter because I got something coming. Now this is what I call a party. Imagine this. You're at a party and everything's going well. The food tastes nice, people are dancing, and everybody's just having a good time. And then you bring up Mario Party. Now how do you think people are gonna react to that? What the hell is this? Party video games. I've always found them to be a weird thing in the video game industry. Of course, designed to be the evolution of regular party games you would play with a live group of people, except now modernized in the wonderful world of video games. And I don't know, I just find the combination of the two kinda weird. Now, gaming as a medium has always been designed to be entertainment. Regardless of how serious or lighthearted it is, that's what it's trying to do at the end of the day. And with this mindset, I guess it kind of makes sense why you want to combine the two, but here's why I find it strange. You see, party games are fairly easy to understand. They're easy for everyone in the room to get and find hours of enjoyment from. Gaming can have that, but it's a lot more complicated. Gaming has tons of control options, gimmicks, ways of moving, ways of operating. It's things like that that aren't necessarily easy for everyone to understand. And with that, that's why I kind of find it strange why you'd want to combine the two. Also, who in their right mind would take something like Mario Party over something easy to understand like Snakes and Ladders? Sure, Mario Party is fun, everyone loves Mario Party, everyone gets it, but Snakes and Ladders is also fun, and it's way easier to set up than Mario Party. Now, despite how negative I sound, I actually do like party games, but I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think I've ever played a party game in a regular party setting. Like, if I'm in that situation, I'm probably more likely to play a simple party game than something like a video game. Hell, even if I'm in a room with video gamers, we're more likely gonna play a normal ass game over something like Mario Party. But hey, it's obvious that these games are really popular. They get pumped out like every year. So clearly, there's an audience for them. So I decided, you know what? I enjoy a lot of party games. I've played through a lot of party games. I want to play through more of them. So I decided, you know what? Let's take a look at these games. See why they click with so many people. See why they still get made today. And just understand what exactly makes these games so magical. But where to start? Where to start? It feels like I've been name dropping a certain game the past minute or so, but what was it again? My time. Of course. Wii Sports. Mario Party. The definitive video game party franchise. Now, to my knowledge, the original Mario Party, released on Nintendo 64, was one of the very first video game party games. And I gotta say, for being the very first, it's quite a decent title. The game works like any other board game. You have a multitude of characters to choose from, you can choose a selection of different boards to explore, and of course you use a die to move a character around. If you land on a blue spot, you get rewarded with coins. Then on the red spot, you get removed coins. And different panels on the floor correlate to different abilities, pickups, shops, and more. And this gameplay structure was fairly easy to understand. Like, I understood what's going on, and lots of other people did too. Mario Party is a fairly straightforward franchise. The idea of turning a board game into a video game was actually a really genius concept from Nintendo, and I'm really surprised no other company did this beforehand. Now, I could be wrong on this, but I'm fairly certain Mario Party was the first of its kind, and Nintendo, as stated before, did it so damn well. You see, everyone understands a board game, which is why everyone could understand Mario Party. Not only that, but because of the over-the-topness of the Mario series, it just really emphasized the whole fun aspect of this title. The entire Mario Party series had unique looking boards, each with their own distinct layouts, and I think all of them are really fun to play through. Even the games with the weaker design boards I still think are enjoyable to go through. The goal of most board games is to become the first player to reach the end of the board, where you're then deemed the winner. Now, Nintendo knew that this was too simple of a formula to use for their game, so instead they came up with a different concept. In order to win a round of Mario Party, you need to be the player with the most amount of coins as well as the most amount of stars at the end of a playthrough, where you're then deemed the winner. And I prefer the structure, as it adds a lot more challenge, depth, and interesting gameplay mechanics to this franchise. Stars are earned in this game by reaching a star point with at least 20 or more coins. After you retrieve a star, a new location opens up, and now you have to get there before any other player. And I like this dynamic of having to reach a star point first, but also having to have enough coins to afford a star. It's a great gameplay loop. But how does the game get less repetitive if they're doing the same thing constantly over and over again? Well, the main way that the game distracts you from this gameplay loop is by introducing mini games. After every player has finished at least one round, we soon enter a mini game, and this is where the real meat of Mario Party happens. The mini games are such a fun diversion in between rounds. They add a new change of gameplay, making the game feel less repetitive, as well as just being fun distractions. The mini games offer lots of variety. Each of them feels different from the last. And while yes, some of them can feel like repeats to other ones, the sheer amount of them per game lessens that. Most of the fun you and your friends will have with this game is from the mini games, as the game offers different templated mini games. Some are 1v1s where it's you against another player, some it's where all four of you have to work together in order to win, some it's three of you working while one person is against you, and all these options adds to the interesting dynamics of this game, adding to the fun dynamic while making it still an engaging and challenging thing. And overall, the structure of Mario Party was just perfect. Every game has tried to evolve the Mario Party formula, and each of them brings unique aspects to it. Mario Party 6 introduced a day and night mechanic. Mario Party 10 had a car gimmick where every player would move around the board at the same time. Mario Party Superstars was a nostalgic trip, bringing back old boards and minigames now remastered for modern consoles. Each game had their own personality, but the Mario Party game that I'm most nostalgic for would probably be Mario Party 8, released on the Nintendo Wii. Mario Party 8 was one of the very first games I played in the series. Hell, it may even be one of the first times I've ever experienced a Mario game. There's just something about the game that oozes fun, probably due to the fact that it was released on the Wii. The Wii, in my opinion, was the perfect party box. It was all about multiplayer and being fun for everyone to play through, and you could see that with Mario Party 8. It had a great soundtrack, fun multiplayer, solid mini games, and because it was on the Nintendo Wii, of course it had motion controls. And they're pretty underwhelming in this title. Not bad or anything, it's just that most of them focus on you shaking the Wii remote uncontrollably. And while some of them can be great and fun segments in the game, they're mostly just hit or miss. But it doesn't deteriorate from the game at all. No, this game is still a really fun title, great for friends and family, and a great game on the Wii. It's a solid title. Mario Party laid an impact on the video game industry, and it's obvious that other companies looked at its success and created their own Mario Party ripoffs. Okay, maybe ripoffs is a strong word. I mean, you can't exactly rip off a board game. It's a board game! But it's really obvious that these games took heavy inspiration on Mario Party. Some games decided to change things up, in the process making the gameplay overly complicated. completely missing the point on why people play Mario Party. And man, there were tons of these ripoffs out there. I mean, there was this one, there was this one, there was this... hang on, this one was made by Nintendo. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea why Nintendo decided they needed to make another party game franchise when Mario Party was already so successful. I guess the main idea behind Wii Party was that they wanted to explore more genres than just board games, which is why Wii Party mixes a whole bunch of things, including board games as well. You had things like bingo, globe-trotting, balancing games, hot potato, gambling, and of course the board game, although it plays a lot more like a normal board game than Mario Party, where the goal is just to reach the end. But I'm not gonna lie, I really had fun with Wii Party. Wii Party and Mario Party 8 were both fun games for me. Each of them had their strong elements that made them distinct from each other, and I enjoyed them equally. And with all of that, we now have a clear understanding of what makes a party game a party game. Let me introduce you all to my 3-step rule to making a good party game. Rule number 1. This is a fairly obvious one. Multiplayer. Look guys, at the end of the day, these games are meant to target large groups of people coming together. So obviously, you want to have these people able to play with each other at the same time. So multiplayer is just a given. Rule number 2. Having variety of characters to play as. If you're having lots of people around, you want them to each play with their own distinct character, which has their own distinct abilities and characteristics, which is why having a large groups of characters to play as is always fun. It just changes up every match when you feel you're playing with a different group of people. And of course, the final one is having a strong core gameplay. The core gameplay not only has to be easy to understand, but also has to appeal to every sort of gamer around, as well as being fun and addictive to play with multiple people. Having this mastered, as well as every other rule, is pretty much how you do a good party game. And with that all said, what exactly now counts as a party game? Well, we have a few examples. First one coming up is... Yep, probably not the first genre you'd think of when you hear the word party game, but it does follow my made-up rule I just came up with, so I guess it counts. But in all seriousness, Kart Racers are really fun titles. Let's be real, everyone loves Mario Kart. It's just undebatable. Mario Kart follows a basic formula. You race around a track 3 times, there are power-ups in the ground, you use the power-ups to attack other racers, and that's it. Solid gameplay all around. Similar to Mario Party, Mario Kart was the first of its kind and obviously became a huge success, and other companies copied as well. But unlike Mario Party, I'm more accepting of Mario Kart rip-offs, mainly because with Mario Party, they could have chosen any other party game style, they stuck with the board game thing. With kart racing, it can only really be one thing, so it's not like it's necessarily a rip-off. Kart races are fun, it's as simple as that. They don't need to have complicated gameplay, they don't need to be realistic or anything, they're just fun. And I think the best kart races are the ones with the best designed levels and the best gimmicks. Mario Kart obviously takes the crown for this. I mean, the track design alone is insane. Seriously, by the time we get to Mario Kart 8, it's some of the craziest, wackiest, and most detailed designs of tracks I have ever seen in a kart racer. On top of that, the gimmicks have always been really fun with Mario Kart, from the multiple kart races in Double Dash to the anti-gravity thing in Mario Kart 8. All of it is fun, but I think at the end of the day, it's the simple core gameplay of how the car controls and the movement options that really makes Mario Kart Mario Kart. But you want to know a kart racer with a really great gimmick? Look no further than All Stars Racing Transformed. A lovely love letter to Sonic fans and Sega fans of old and new, and just a solid kart racer all around. Now the main gimmick is obviously you changing to 3 different vehicle types, a boat, a jet, and of course a race car. And all 3 of these are really fun to play with. At the end of the day, they all control around about the same, but the simple fact of the visuals of the race changing up according to the vehicle type was just something really special. And I'm not gonna lie, seeing all these Sega characters coming together is really nice and charming. Yeah, kart races. Definitely a fan-pleasing entry in the party game genre. Something most people don't even really associate with party games. And do you want to know another game series no one ever associated with the party game genre? Yeah, the biggest fighting game franchise of all time is just another party game. I mean, it's pretty obvious when you think about it. Smash Bros. Has every element of a party game. Multiplayer-centric, variety of characters, and a core gameplay that's easy to understand. And Smash Bros. Is a much simpler version of most fighting games, with less focus on doing complicated button combinations to form combos, and more focus on simple buttons already established on the controller and how each combination can add something different. It may sound complicated the way I say it, but it's really easy when you get the controller. Smash Bros. Can be enjoyed by competitive players and newcomers who are not really even into fighting games, and that's what makes it so appealing. My favorite entry in the series has to be Smash Bros. Brawl. Brawl was released on the Wii, which was my childhood console, so obviously I really love this title, and I think it's overlooked by a lot of fans. Now obviously I understand it wasn't as competitive as people wanted it to be, but in my opinion, Brawl was a great step for the Smash franchise and really pushed the series forward in a great direction, far better than the previous games had. And I still think the game had a lot to offer besides its core gameplay. Also, Smash Bros. Brawl is the game that really got me into Nintendo's other series, and for that I can appreciate the game so much. The best one in the series though is undoubtedly Ultimate. I mean, not only does it have every single character from every single game, it also brought in fan favorite characters that people have been dying for so many years, on top of having the best gameplay out of every game in the series, the best graphics, the best amount of stages, variety of costumes, and tons of fan service that every Nintendo fan can appreciate. Brawl, in my opinion, was a great evolution of the series, and even the game that came after it was a solid title, but Ultimate really is what it set out to be. It is the best Smash Bros. And it doesn't just stop there with the party games. Seriously, there are tons of party games out there. I mean, most recently we got... No, I'm not going to be talking about Among Us. No, I'm not going to even try talking about Among Us. No! No, I can't talk about it. It's too hot. I can't. What if I say something wrong? No, I can't make a mistake. No, you know what? You know what? Instead of talking about a video game, we're going to be talking about the true form of party games. We want to talk about real party games? We're going to be talking about these. These are the real party games. Listen here. You clicked on a video called Party Games, and now I'm going to be talking about party games. The most popular party games. Not Mario Party, not even Mario Kart, not even Smash Bros. These ones. These are what we call party games. Starting us off, we have a game called 30 Seconds. As you can see here, this is the junior version.
We need to master it first before we can get to the adult version.
But 30 Seconds is a fairly easy game to understand. You're split into different teams, and each team is given a set of cards with about 5 things labeled on it. The goal is, like charades, to get your other teammate to get everything right on the card to progress. You reach the end of the board, and that's when you're considered the winner. But the challenge of this comes from the fact that it is all done within 30 seconds or less. That really makes it a hard and compelling game. Like I said, this is the junior version of the game, but even though it's easy questions to understand, that added pressure of the 30 seconds is what intensifies this game from being a simple fun version of charades into something really intense. And it's fun, it's an enjoyable title, great for friends and family, and since it's junior, anyone can pretty much play with it. But did you know that there's a game even scarier than 30 seconds? Introducing 5 seconds. It's basically the exact same thing as 30 seconds, minus the 5 questions. It's now 3, but as it says in the title, you only get 5 damn seconds to answer all the questions or else. This game can be really intense. Alright, name 3 things that end with Jerry. Go! Phil Jerry, Spencer Jerry, Jerry! Pretty sure none of those people actually exist. Damn it. Okay, what are the answers? There are no answers. You know it's not that type of game, right? Then how do you know I'm wrong? Come on, Phil Jerry, Spencer Jerry, Tom and Jerry! Even though it's only 3 basic questions, this is some of the most intense gameplay I've ever had. Name 3 things that begin with an S. Go. Penis with an S. As you also might notice from the box of this game, this is the South African edition. Because in case you're wondering, I come from the wonderful continent of... Next up, we have a board game based off everyone's favorite website, Wikipedia. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's actually a really fun game. It's got interesting questions, it's challenging. It's just that, why Wikipedia? Why? And of course, you cannot mention board games without bringing up Monopoly. And what can I say about this game? It's Monopoly. It's fun. It's the game that ruins friendships. Everyone's played Monopoly. Everyone loves Monopoly. There's money involved. You buy property. Friends hate you for it when you win. It's a fantastic game. There's nothing more I can really say about it. It's the game that ruins friendships. And everyone knows about it. And everyone has a good time with it. Come on. Everyone loves Monopoly. I love Monopoly. You love Monopoly. He loves Monopoly.
Hey y'all, Scott here!
And with all of that said, here comes the end of me talking about party video games. I hope we all... Come on! Yes, we're finally gonna be talking about Among Us. Released all the way back in 2020, Among Us became one of the biggest games of this generation. Oh, hang on. It actually came out in 2018? Huh. But I guess only recently it became a big deal. Anyways, in Among Us, you play as either a group of nameless crewmates or the imposter. The crewmates are set out on repairing all the damages of the area, while the imposter is set out on killing all the crewmates. And this is what the main gameplay is all about. You have to see how fast you can repair all the damages without being caught by the imposter, or playing as the imposter, you have to see how long you can play without anyone figuring out who you are and managing to kill everyone on sight. Throughout the game, there are also these little meeting points where you can vote out who you think is an imposter or a crewmate, and this is where the tension of the game comes. And it's actually quite fun voting out and assuming who you think is someone safe or someone who's not safe. And I gotta admit, I enjoyed playing Among Us. Among Us was a really fun game to play with friends, and everyone enjoyed themselves when they were playing with each other. The problem I had with the game was that it became stale after a while. It was the same thing over and over again with little to no changes, and that kind of got boring after a while. Another thing was that it pretty much took over meme culture. Seriously, there were memes about Among Us every single day, to the point where I couldn't even really take the game seriously anymore. That's the reason I stopped playing it. But I won't deny the cultural impact of Among Us. It made party games popular again. Everyone was playing it. And that just shows how party games are more than just Mario Party. Party games are all about reconnecting people with each other. People playing with each other through the medium of video games and just enjoying themselves. That's why I appreciate them so much at the very least. I feel like people should stop looking at party games as these other side things. In my eyes, they're just as important as any other game, because they emphasize coming together, multiplayer, fun. That's what I want in a game at the very least, and that's why I appreciate all these party games. I mean, for crying out loud, one of the biggest games of the previous generation was a game called Wii Sports. Wii Sport is pretty much a party game. Multiplayer, characters, fun gameplay, and everyone loved that game. So let me just say this, party games are great. I love those games so much. And with all of that said, this was the magic of party games. Now, after taking such an extensive look at all these party games, I should be having one of the greatest parties right about now. Nope. Nope, not at all.